My name's Gail Woods. I work within the Central Markets. We're an industry association that represents a big industry body. I was with Freshcare as a director for 9 years, finishing up in December last year. During its growing up years, or its teenage years, that's fair to say. But had been a supporter, ever since I commenced our organisation, Fresh Markets Australia. So we've had a long history, as have our members, the wholesalers within the Central Markets. The catalyst was when the retailers were demanding the GFSI requirements. So that was fundamental to us. Many wholesalers were supplying through the supermarkets. So when Freshcare supply chain came along, it was a godsend to them. The last decade has seen a very rapid increase in the way that we do business, and the supply chain standard has been fundamental in that for food safety within our central markets. I think the development of our team was incredible, led most recently by Jane, and it's probably where the biggest catalyst for change is. Strategic plan from the board, setting up, I think it's the 2030 vision. I think the team are doing an admirable job. It's hard times, there's lots of pressures, and when there's financial pressures, people think about what can I cut, and you can't afford to cut Freshcare.
Belinda Hazell, Principal Consultant at Optimum Standard. I've been a previous board director with Freshcare, and I'm now a Freshcare trainer based in Tasmania. Freshcare over time has had to evolve with the complexity of what the stakeholders require from the industry. It's been really interesting journey over the time, and I've worked with some fantastic people that have got a real passion to see industry succeed, and that's never going to change in my view. One of the key things that we did over the time was look at putting in Vision 2030, bringing a CEO in. I think one of the other challenges that we did was looking at the GFSI benchmarking process. That was a big decision for Freshcare, and to just look at the evolution of that from a standard perspective, how those governance aspects are there to make sure that we're doing everything that we need to support industry. I think it's been one of the more interesting journeys that we've had.
Richard Bennett. My involvement with Freshcare, I'm on the Freshcare Technical Steering Committee and have been so for some time on the food safety and quality standard. The people that have worked on developing Freshcare for all these years, we've all got industry backgrounds. So that sort of gives a fair bit of credibility, I suppose, to the process. As long as we can match that with capability and achieve the outcomes that we're after in terms of resolving foodborne illness issues before they happen. And the fact that it is owned by industry bodies and is accountable to those owners, I think sets it apart. And it's an enormous strength that you really hard to value. It's a really subtle progression over time. We're up to 4.2 now. So there has been a fair bit of change over time. And really no one likes radical change. No one wants big change. By doing it subtly over time like it's happened has probably been the best way to go about it. Our future will be as much on that basic level as it will be ensuring that the steps we put in place actually have wider benefits to the business. And we should always be focused on making food safety management a very productive overhead in our business, because it addresses other issues like food safety and biosecurity and traceability. One of its great strengths, I think, is its governance, and the fact it's embracing, change in corporate governance and how businesses are run. It's transparent and accountable.
So my name's Jonathan Eccles, and I was involved in helping establish Freshcare over 25 years ago. I am on the steering committee with Freshcare and have been for quite a few years, mainly previously with the environmental side of things. So we started, it's actually a program called EnviroVeg, which was run through the vegetable industry, and that was the catalyst for Freshcare Environmental. I've always believed that you should be caring for the country that you're farming, because you're not only in maintaining productivity, but you're also leaving to the next generation. I think the next iteration will be, it's a total business side of things. So we've also looking at, obviously ESG is coming down, but also looking at ethics and the social license. I think that's the other part of it, because not only do consumers want to know that they're going to be consuming safe food that's grown in a sustainable way, but they want to make sure that the people who are producing it are being ethically treated and rewarded for their weight and their time.
Happy 25 years, Freshcare.
Happy 25 years, Freshcare.
Fantastic, congratulations, Freshcare, 25 years.
Happy 25 years, Freshcare.